Alright, so I wanted to get this new Bitcoin video out. A lot of action in the market over the past couple of days. I wanted to show you guys what I've been thinking, patterns that I'm starting to see. So let's dive right into it. So just to orient yourself and to let you know where I'm coming from. Bitcoin daily chart. This was the previous run up where we hit our max high back in April 14th of this year. We've been in this massive downtrend. So I want to show you kind of what I'm been looking at. I drew this guy right here. This was our original downtrend line, 2 points. There's a lot of theory out there that this line is going to act as a massive resistance line, as a trend line. So I've kind of gone over I have a trend line video out there in my group. Gone over trend lines, how to draw trend lines, what means respecting trend lines and break out from trend lines. I got an entire group that I go over this. So, interested in that, hit me up in the comments section. Check me out on Instagram at WealthDoctor85. So, we have a downward trend line. It's going to act as major resistance. We were getting this trend line, which broke here and broke here. I then had originally a descending triangle, which it could be, but going with now a lowering channel, descending channel, descending wedge. Depending on how you want to draw this line. Really depends on how you want to draw it, but either way, this was your downward trend line that you're looking for a break. We got the break here. Got a break here, it faked out and came back down. Now, because of this fake out, I went back and I drew a trend line to fit this pattern here. Right? We didn't have this, so if you take away everything over to the right, we didn't have much. But you could have drawn it, but I started to start drawing it now, this trend line. And now that I'm piecing it together, I'm getting a bearish retest here. So this just stopped and looked like out of nowhere, but it really stopped on a bearish retest of this pattern. So to me, I'm thinking this is a validated descending wedge that happened to break lower. And when descending wedges break lower, they have parabolic moves to the downside. Now watch this. This is crazy. So we're going to draw a line from the top of this pattern to the bottom of this pattern. So this is how you determine your targets of your pattern. So descending wedge is my pattern. I'm going to determine a target. So you take from the top of the pattern to the bottom of the pattern. You go kind of where it broke out right there. Kind of match it up. And in essence, I'm sorry, that's right where it broke out over here. And you almost nail it to this wick right here. We almost got it completely nailed. So that's where this wick kind of came from. Now we can see this is a valid descending wedge, and we have a descending channel, almost a descending wedge here. Depending on how you want to draw this. Got our bearish retest, so this is our lower trend line. Our upper trend line, lower trend line. We have a lower trend line, got a bearish retest 1. Now we're trying to break back into this pattern, and that's kind of what happened here. We hit a resistance level that we had drawn now for a while, if you see my other charts. Hit it perfectly right here at about $40,000. Sold off. Now we're kind of going back to this lower trend line of this descending wedge. If we were to break back into this major pattern, and this is what I want to write home. We break back into this descending wedge. We had our sell-off. And that's what this was here. We had our trend line of the sell-off, broke up. We can actually break back into this pattern and hold and then break out at some point coming in August, September. We could get another massive run. So it's something to kind of be wary as we're checking out Bitcoin. We had some great price action. I expect a wick like this, especially after a move. $40,000 is a huge resistance level. It's going to take time to break it. What I would love to see and would could happen is we break back in and we kind of bounce around this level, fall back down, maybe find support on the 0.5 fib, come back up, come back, find support again on the 0.5 fib, and we eventually break out and make a run. That's a possibility of what can happen. Again, technical analysis just gives me risk reward, meaning that if we do break in, I might buy in here again. I've already sold off. I hit my target level of 40,000. I sold off. Now, if we break back in and hold, I could buy, set my stop loss probably lower down to the $30,000 range, and see what this price action does. So this is a kind of an update of what's going on with Bitcoin. Take this video as an educational aspect. Again, I don't advise trading unless you are seeking a professional. This is, again, purely entertainment and purely educational.